This probably looks a little familiar. Welcome back into the studio for the next star on our list. And I hope today you're having a wonderful Christmas Eve. So I've got the paper part of the form now, and I'm going to get these two parts sandwiched together using the Finnabair heavy body gel, as well as the stick that I'm putting up through the center to hold it onto my tree. So let's get started. So I'm going to be using some E6000 glue to get the stick adherent. I'm not really quite sure what it's made out of. I know it's some kind of plastic. And I know this E6000 is kind of like cement. It'll keep it in there and in place. So that's why I'm going to use that as opposed to the heavy body gel.
Come back home to me, and when we wake up in the morning.
And I'm pulling out my trusty rubber bands again, as well as my clothespins to get this all situated so it can dry. And I'm gonna let this dry naturally and come back to it.
Times with you, baby, this year it's just gonna be you and me. Hang by the fire and chill. Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories. Oh, and I've been longing to hold you close. Forget about everyone else. Isn't this how it's supposed to be? Making our Christmas memories. Oh, oh, la da da da, oh, 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 la da da da, making our Christmas memories. Yes, these are the good times with you. Don't even care what we do.
As always, down in the description box, I have a list of all the supplies used, as well as where you can find me on other social media or on the internet. And also, please know that there are links listed with the supplies I've used. These are either to my Etsy store or to an affiliate link, and I only link to products that I have used, tested, or prefer to use. I may receive a small compensation, but there's never any additional cost to you. So using the links really helped me put supplies on my art table and keep my channel content coming to you. Thank you.
Christmas memories.
Now, as you see here, I did use the heavy body gel in the center, and really that was because I really wanted to get a really crisp edge to that, and I knew that if I just was patient and kind of held it there for a little while, it would get there. But when I'm going in to glue the bottom part of this burlap, I did choose to go with the E6000, and really I did that because I wanted it to, if it was brushed up against anything, I didn't want it to pull apart. But I noticed I still had issues with it was just too fibrous, that burlap was. So I went back to the E6000 just and fixed up some edge work. Now I'm just going in and trimming this up. I'm not trimming it up really closely. I'm just getting a lot of that ragged edge off of there. I'm going to be handling the edges after I get the second side on. So really, I'm just doing a repeat as I did on the first side, and as you can see, Poof, it's done. Now I'm going to place, these are some pine cone, chopped up pine cones. I used them on a prior project here on the channel, and they're coming back in. I'm gonna just do some decorative work around the tips of the star with these. So at this point, I'm treating the number side of the star as the back side. So I'm gluing these onto the back side so that they show to the front of the star. And now I'm going around again on the opposite side. And then again for a third one. Alright, I am getting ready to add some gold heavy body paint to the center of the star. And then I'm going to add some acrylic paint in the burnt sienna around the arms of the star. Just kind of a little bit, not a lot here. I'm not quite sure. I know that I'm going to do something else with the arms of the star, but I felt like it would set it off a little bit, especially coming from those, the color, the deep, rich color of the Pinecone pieces. When that gold acrylic paint dried on that burlap, it was just really dark and kind of dull, and I really wanted something bright and sparkly. I was almost going for a glitzy kind of look. I know, burlap and glitzy, but I had this idea in my mind. I wanted it to shine like you would see the North Star shining in the sky. I really wanted it to be sparkly. So I decided to come in with some of my gold pigment powder, and I mixed that a little bit with the gel medium, and then applied that, but just on the ridges. And then I'm going to repeat that process on the back, and then I'm gonna paint the stick in the burnt sienna so it kind of gets lost, isn't shiny and bright against the branches of the tree. Okay, and so I decided to paint it with the burnt sienna to make it less conspicuous, but then I go and add the gold and give it some glitz. You know, who knows? It just felt like it needed it. So it took me a while, but I finally figured out what I wanted to do. So I chose to add some of this holographic faux snow, and I found this at like Dollar Tree. It came in a little, or maybe it was Dollar General, and it came in a little package. There wasn't a lot in there, So I decided to shake half of it out into this container and work from that and see where that got me. So I'm just adhering some of the matte gel medium where I want the snow, and I'm just going to sprinkle it on. Now, beware, this is kind of like glitter, but like bigger chunks, and it gets everywhere. And it looks really good, but it gets everywhere.
I've been working so much lately, I can barely find the time to sleep. Yeah, I spend my time running around.
So I did find this greenery that I really liked, and so I pulled it off of the big bunch it was on, and I'm going to adhere that with the E6000 glue, but I'm only going to put it on 2 arms of the star, like it's just kind of creeping across.
This year, it's just gonna be you and me.
Oh, I got these at Hobby Lobby. These are acrylic confetti, they call them, but they're really big. So, like, if you're gonna throw confetti, I wouldn't throw that. That'd hurt people. I think they should be more like table scatter, you know, that kind of stuff. So they came in a huge bag, and I took 2 of those and put them on each tip of the star. I haven't done it on the back yet, but I do that on the back, along with putting the pigment powder as well. So I'm just futzing with getting the greenery added.
I've been wrapping presents for you. I've been hanging marbles in the tree.
And now that the greenery's on and those gold pieces, I am going to go back in and add some more of that faux holographic snow. I really liked the way it all came together with that. So I am going to go around the edges now and add that on the front and the back.
Baby, this year, it's just gonna be you and me. Hang by the fire and chill. Isn't this how it's supposed to be?
Please take the time to like this video if you do, and subscribe if you haven't.